I have a confession to make. The director, Aster, I think his movies are fine. Hereditary, overrated. Midsommar, overrated. Beau's Afraid, kind of overrated. Eddington, let's find out. Chase Lee Hockey here with the Blue Futon reviewing Eddington. What's it about? Pretty simple premise. We are in Eddington, New Mexico, May 2020, and just tensions are slowly boiling up. This is straight up a slow burn pot where the water is slowly on fire and we don't know what to do with it. We are tackling COVID. We are tackling masks. We're tackling Black Lives Matter. We're tackling Antifa. We're tackling environmentalists. We're tackling racism. We're tackling the anti-cop movement. We are tackling guns. We are tackling sexual assault. We are attacking cults. We are attacking conspiracy theories. This is a full-fledged movie where I think people are going to either fucking loathe it or people are going to appreciate where this movie goes. And I think I am more on the appreciative route. During this showing, it was pretty packed house. 5 people left. I can understand that because people don't know where this movie is going to go. Because it takes you in so many different directions. Like I said, of COVID, of racism, Black Lives Matter, white privilege, of, people trying to get on the bandwagon of black squares, trying to get the bandwagon on Black Lives Matter or the anti-cop just to impress chicks and things like that, or other things that do occur. But this movie is fucking bonkers, and you're either going to love it or hate it. I know someone wanted me to kind of do a spoiler review for this movie, but the more I think about it, I don't know what to spoil in this movie because I kind of told you what it all tackles, and the ending of the movie is very, very bad things. So I'll leave it at that point of what you might see what I mean by that. But the whole premise of this movie is, I don't want to say it's good versus evil. It's like the poster says, hindsight is 2020. And maybe at a point, you just need to put the brakes, like time out. What are we exactly doing? Because it is straight up tackling so many issues. Like, just when it starts off, it's the COVID of old people that just can't breathe with a mask or has asthma, and we are telling them, put on the mask or you can't get food. Is that fair? Because at a point, it's like, just go without. If you have a mask on, everyone else doesn't, this one person doesn't, you're fine. If they're not showing symptoms, you're fine. But some people are just so, paranoid about this virus that really isn't that bad, apparently, now. The more we think about it, it's the flu. And so you have to roll your eyes. Chase, are you an anti-vaxxer? No, I got the J&J. I did not do the mRNA because it is mRNA and it was a one and done. I've yet to get COVID ever. I've never had COVID. Also, you could say I've never had COVID because I never tested for it, but that's a different thing. But I've never felt sick enough to feel like I had COVID. So that's the boiling part of that. Then there's also kind of a side story about sexual assault with Joaquin Phoenix and Emma Stone, as well as Pedro Pascal. And you don't know what's kind of going on there. Also, Pedro Pascal having his wife kind of walking away, and his son kind of doing the, still doing parties, and Pedro Pascal's playing the elitist type of thing of how he wants to, play both sides, but also has the he, him in his profile, and people have they, them, and she, her, and I thought that was funny. The attention of detail in this movie is pristine. If you noticed, also Pedro Pascal in his house, he had a bunch of toilet paper. Funny. So he is played the caricature of the wokeism, the toilet paper man, the guy that thinks he knows better for everyone and thinks his shit don't stink. Especially the scene where he slaps Joaquin Phoenix, that's in the trailer, and that's where the movie completely changes. After Joaquin Phoenix gets slapped in the face, the movie changes. Anyway, more themes throughout this movie, especially with the black cop in Eddington and how the Black Lives Matter thing happened with George Floyd. And people are saying, how dare you not be on our side what do you mean? You're a black cop. How dare you not be on the protester side? It's like, really? Like, that just shows your racism. Because when I was in California during this time as well, I remember walking through Monterey, California, and there was a gay guy and a black guy, and this is like 2020 again, on the Trump side of like this rally, and you would have these Biden people come over and be like, how dare you be on that side? I don't understand. It's like, not everyone who's gay is liberal. Not everyone who's black is liberal. And it feels like the liberal side is, they have a hard time, like, how can a black guy be a Republican? How can a gay man be a Republican? It's like, people are more than just like single voter issues. And this movie does go that route of like, those protesters and how it makes fun of like protesting and like just randomly smashing things that make no sense. You're smashing your own town. And usually there's the grifters as well as like, oh, I only want to do this because I want a chick and things like that. So I'm going to make up this Black Lives Matter protest. So there's a little caveats in there as well. And also in the background is this hydro, solar, wind power thing that is kind of shady, because when you look on the outskirts, like, is it really promoting the town? Because there's also on the town lines of Eddington and Pueblo, if I'm not mistaken, where it's Native American, lines, and you got to figure out who is what and what are we doing in that situation. But the mask policies in here is pretty damn funny. Being in California during that time was fucking wild. I got the cops called on me for playing in a park by myself with my dog. Really? It was like a football field. I was playing basketball. I got the cops called on me. I had to go home the next day. The rim was gone. Like, is that what we're doing, California? Fucking pussies. Gavin Newsom, like, go get your fucking winery, you fucking fucktard. Okay, there goes my thing about this movie, about just real life experiences. Then it continues on with the whole Black Lives Matter, no justice, no peace, and Antifa. So this is where I think the director basically says Antifa is a bunch of shitballs. They are up to no good. They're funded by the Soroses, and there are, like, George Soros makes an appearance. Facebook, like, this is very much, it knows what it's trying to do, and it is poking at people. And either people are going to love being poked at, or they're going to be so triggered that they're being poked. And it's going to be very interesting on how people perceive this movie. Because, yes, did some of the things like I eye roll at? Sure. But at a point, you can eye roll at stuff on your side, because there's a lot of stuff to eye roll on everyone's side of the aisle. But like I said, when Pedro Pascal slaps Joaquin Phoenix in the face, that's when the story turns for the worst, but in the best way possible. This is straight up a Joaquin Phoenix movie. Don't expect it to be a Pedro Pascal. Don't expect it to be, Emma Stone, Austin Butler's that weird cult storyline, which that storyline kind of doesn't go anywhere, because of like just the story. It's actually more of Emma Stone's mom's character that has more screen time, and also the cops of Eddington. It's kind of their story overall of Joaquin Phoenix also trying to become mayor, and they're trying to help him. But the ending of this movie goes straight up bonkers with Antifa just going ham and them dying in graphic fucking manners. Well, a lot of people die in graphic fucking manners, but I enjoyed the third act of this movie. I loved it. I really loved the third act of this movie and what it was trying to do, and just the shit sandwich that is going to occur for a lot of these characters. Like I said, it makes fun of so many people that people think black squares did anything, made them feel better about themselves and other things in this movie, which, like I said, there's so much detail in this movie that it is hard to forget, or it's hard to remember all of it, because of some of the situations. Like, I truly thought the whole paper scene was funny, but also the attention to detail of like some of the shootings was pretty damn good, especially what happens in a house where glass doesn't really shatter as much as it should, and you're like, okay, that's actually smart of how it actually is portrayed, and it looks like they did a damn good job of how it's done. So the attention to detail in this movie is fucking A+. It is A+ overall. I guess that's where I could say some of the negatives are, not the A+ part, is some of the characters are kind of underdeveloped, and where the story does goes a little bit bonkers, and you wonder if some of these characters would do what they're actually doing, especially, like I said, after the slap, you're like, oh, we're going in this direction. Can I agree with it? Sure. But at a point, everyone has their, the breaking point of like snapping and they're like, I don't know what to do anymore. But overall, Eddington, I enjoyed it. I know some people are giving it 3 out of 10s, 4 out of 10s, and I can understand it. I truly do. But what he's trying to tell people in the world, hindsight's 2020, calm down. Just calm down. First world problems. And that's what I've noticed a lot with today's day and age. And even sometimes I get stuck with the first world problems, especially with me now being in manpower and me I'm a streamlined person, and trying to not get mad at things that aren't streamlined is very frustrating to me, where I'm a fast-paced person, but when I have systems that are so slow, I get mad, and I sometimes get triggered because I like fast, streamlined, non-stupidity shit. This one, is it streamlined? No. Is it too long on some levels? Absolutely. But all of his movies are this long. But this one, the more I think about it, the more I like it. So Eddington will receive a 4 out of 5 Futons, which equals at 80%. Let's see the critics' news scores gave this one. Critics a 67% with 171 of them. Audience score 66% with over 250. Critic consensus. Eddington carries a stellar cast, fearless direction by Ari Aster, and an off-kilter story, but its total misdirection will often leave viewers wanting. Sure, but I think I enjoyed it more than others, like I said before. 80, 67, 66. Chase Lock here at the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. One of these Bluetopia, you Blue Futonians, thank you for watching. Have a great day. I don't care if you watch this today, tomorrow, a week from now, a month from now, a year from now. I love every single freaking one of you. Peace and love. Peace and love. Yeah, a little bit of a bonkers film.